Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Init sa Valenzuela, hindi ka ba... Pagtapos ng bilang yan ng hudyat na pagsimula ng aksyon dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. And for the third time this year, we are coming to you live from the West Arena in Valenzuela City. This is the second game of our Thursday triple header. Cranial Viloria, who has experienced a resurgence in his career here playing for the Rizal Golden Coolers, will be going up against Jan Hamon, Pau Havilona, and the rest of the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA. Two teams near each other in the team standings in the Northern Division. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat, mga kaliga. This is Javi Palanya, joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio. And Juanito, you know, this is going to be a blockbuster matchup. Two teams near each other in the Northern team standings. How do you expect this game to follow through?
Well, this is a game where it's going to be very important in terms of their standings. Unti-unti, both teams are quite inconsistent to start the season, but both are very, very talented. So just asking me how this game will be, I'm sure it's going to be very, very competitive and hard-nosed.
Wala, abangan natin yan kung ano nga ang mangyayari sa laro na to. Andre Endicio is at courtside for us. We'll be hearing from her later on. Rizal in their last game was coming off a big victory against the Bataan Risers, and this was a tight game. After a loss against Davao, they returned to the win column with this 87-85 decision. It was a nip and tuck affair, a game that featured 7 ties and 11 lead changes. No squad led by more than 9 points in this game, and 5 players scored in double figures for the Golden Coolers.
It's a very, very close game in that last game, but Rizal was able to use their composure in the end game to just slightly get that victory, 87-85 versus Bataan Risers. One of the reasons why they got that win, they were more efficient in terms of taking care of that basketball. -8 in terms of turnovers and assists, also a better team basketball showing right there. But of course, the team basketball, 31 of 64, 48% in terms of their field goals.
Now we mentioned 5 players scoring in double figures, namely Charles De La Cruz, Marco Balagtas, Keith Agavita, and John Apasible. But the top scorer para sa kanila was Cranial Viloria. We did mention at the top of our coverage that he's been experiencing a resurgence of sorts this year playing for Coach Ralph Rivera.
No, you are very right, Javi. Resurgence is the perfect way to describe itong si Cranial Viloria. He has been the face of the Rizal Golden Coolers for the 2024 season. That last game, again, an almost triple-double watch para dito kay Cranial. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and a very good defensive ball game with 5 steals. Once again, being able to lift up itong Rizal Golden Coolers in that last game.
After seeing inconsistent playing time for the Bacoor City Strikers last year, tama ka, Juanito, he has become one of the faces of this Rizal franchise this year, and they're off to one of their best starts of the season. In Manila, they're also coming off a victory, another big win against the Binyanta Takjel. Before this, one of the unbeaten teams in the Southern Division, and after that big win and convincing victory against the Abra Weavers, this is what they followed up with, a 79-63 decision.
It's a good way to come back para dito sa Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA. In their last game, they were beaten badly by the Abra Weavers, tried to really adjust in that next game. Now with the addition of Greg Slaughter, was able to really outpower itong Binyanta Takjel. In that last game, 24 of 52. They shot less shots than Binyan, but they were more efficient with 46%. Of course, also the addition of Greg Slaughter will be adding to the rebounding powerhouse alongside CBC, Greg Slaughter, and Sean O'Malley, one of the best front courts here in the MPBL.
And this was the MPBL debut of Greg Slaughter. He earned Player of the Game honors for this one with these numbers: 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Pero alam naman natin, with his stature and with his height, kulang pa to eh.
Oh yes, and I was talking to his trainer earlier. It's only about 70% going to the season. So with already 12 points and 8 rebounds, I'm sure going towards the season, Greg Slaughter can offer a lot more para dito sa Manila.
Let's get the show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to Richard Tampos.
MPBL Season 6, presented by Extreme, here at the West Arena, Punturin, Valenzuela City. We got the starting fives, beginning with the Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers. At guard number 40, J.K. Casino. Playing center number 37, John Apasible. 2 guard number 17, Alwin Alday. At forward number 7, Marco Paulo Balagtas. Small forward number 1, Craniel Viloria. The head coach is Ralph Emerson Rivera. Assistant coaches of Don Villamin, Christian Coronel, Mario Gutera, and Francis Cruz. The team manager is Kyle Cruz. The team owners are Joel Conde and Sandre Cruz. Now starting for Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA. To guard number 1, DJ Mitchell. Also at guard number 11, Pau Habilona. Forward number 17, Carl Brian Cruz. Small forward number 24, John Hamon. And at center number 20, Greg Zila Slaughter. The head coach is Gabby Severino. His assistants are Ricky Dandan, Ren Norieta, and Max Leandante. Coaching consultant Charles Chu. The team managers Neil Arce and Ado Salazar. Team governor Joey Simanes. The team owners Raymond Ong and Emilio Chu.
Primary protagonists of this game, our starting five is presented by Buenas, J.K. Casino, Alvin Alday, joined by John Apasible, Marco Balagtas, and last game's top scorer, Cranial Villoria. On the other side, Manila will be starting this one with Pau Havilona, DJ Mitchell, CBC, Carl Brian Cruz, John Hamon, and Greg Zilla, Greg Slaughter in his second game of his MPBL career. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. The second game of our terrific Thursday triple header here at the West Arena in Valenzuela City. Earlier today, it was Pasay winning against Binyan. Later on for our main game, it's the Valenzuela Classic defending their home floor against the Davao Occidental Tigers. DJ Mitchell opening up the scoring festivities here with a 3.
Now with the addition of Greg Slaughter, I'm sure that there will be more scoring opportunities para dito kay DJ Mitchell. And right away, he shows that he will be one of the main threats para dito sa Manila.
A miss from inside the arc there for Rizal. And that's a one-and-done possession for the Golden Coolers at the start of this game. I was having a conversation with Coach Gabby Severino before this one. And I was asking him, Coach, kamusta ba yung team? Well, sabi niya, we're adjusting. We're continuing to make changes as it should be. But it's still a long way to go para sa kanila.
You know what's scary about this Manila team is these are the types of team that just peaks at the right time. Now, it's a struggle to start the season. They were not getting a lot of wins, yet they're staying patient. They're trusting the process, and slowly but surely, everything is falling into place. And right now, they are having the 6-0 start dito sa ating ball game.
Ayun na nga yung sinabi ko sa kanya. He obviously shares the sentiment as well. Sabi ko, Coach, you're lucky that this is a long season, and I'm sure that with the players that you have, you definitely will peak at the right time.
You know, they have a lot of veterans in this team. CBC, Slaughter. You also have Raba Al-Husseini alongside good point guards in Havilona and also Navarro. This team is going to be very deadly towards the postseason.
And speaking of adjustments, they will have to make those kinds of adjustments in terms of manpower because Sean O'Malley will eventually leave this team because he is an SGL player para sa kanila. Oh, CBC is off to a hot start here. 2 3-pointers right away.
And CBC just showing everybody why he is once part of the national team. The modern day stretch 4 really showing out to start the ball game. 9-0 run in the first minute of the ball game para dito sa Manila.
A 3-pointer by DJ Mitchell followed up by 2 trifectas coming from that man, Carl Brian Cruz. A 9-0 blast here to begin the game for the Manila Batang Sampaloc. After scoring 21 points in that victory against the Binyanta Takjel Beast Motorcycle Game X, Carl Brian Cruz starting this game with 2 3-pointers for 6 points, helping Manila to this 9-0 start. As you can see there, all of Manila's baskets have come from the outside and they have not yet missed. The other one coming from DJ Mitchell, and that is the rim protection that Greg Zilla can guarantee you. Apasible from the baseline. That's no good. Slaughter collars the rebound.
Your impact on the inside, itong si Greg Slaughter. So it's going to be very hard for you to get those attacks in because there is a 7-footer right in the middle para dito sa Manila.
And do you think that with Greg Slaughter with them right now that they will be playing a lot more 2-3 zone?
Oh, that can be an that can be an option para dito sa Manila because they will be having that advantage with the length that they have. You have CBC, Greg Slaughter, and your wings are also very, very lengthy para dito sa Manila. So with the defensive schemes that Coach Ricky Dandan always puts in, I'm sure that they will be looking at that 2-3 zone a lot.
And with Greg Slaughter coming out of the game when he takes his rest, ang papasok naman para dito sa Manila, si Raba Al-Husseini naman.
Or Sean O'Malley or James Tempra. So wala talagang hindi magagamit dito sa 5 nitong Manila.
Mitchell also continues to remain unscathed from the outside. 2 out of 2. 4 3-pointers in total for Manila. 2 from DJ Mitchell, 2 from CBC.
And you also have to commend Greg Slaughter getting all the attention on that drive, making that kick out. What a start para dito sa Manila.
In that game against Abra, many people were saying that that was the most impressive, most complete performance that they had. And Greg Slaughter still wasn't playing for them in that match. He made his debut last game against Binyan, which was also an equally impressive victory para sa kanila. As we take a look at this 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
You know, I'm going to argue early on in the season that DJ Mitchell might be the deadliest guy when wide open. Rarely would you see him miss if he has that much space here in the season. So let's see if he can stay consistent all throughout the season.
Mitchell is averaging 9.5 points per game this season, 71.4% from the free throw line and 42.1% from the field. As a foul there called against Rizal, the Golden Coolers can't seem to figure out anything offensively here. The tall presence of Greg Slaughter, that might actually just be an understatement with the way that he has been impacting the game, has been a huge problem. No pun intended for Rizal.
Only 3.5 minutes at wala pang nasushoot itong Rizal early on here in the ball game. So a huge struggle, especially with the talent level of Rizal. But Manila just making everything they're taking from the outside. That's already 5 3-pointers in the first 4 minutes of the ball game.
That was Pau Javelona joining in on the party, and an offensive foul called here against John Apasible.
You know what's scary about Manila? Is that they have so many more shooters on their bench that can provide the same type of basketball. You have Enzo Navarro, you have John Hamon, who has not yet made a 3 and was very crucial in that last game. You even had Francis Escandor, who I'm not actually seeing in the bench today, might have an injury or is sick on today's ball game, so we'll try to get to know later. But very deadly team from the outside.
Almost trickles in there para kay Pau Javelona. First miss from the outside, first miss of the game overall para sa Manila. Batang Sampaloc, Alday will try to end the scoreless drought. Still could not puncture the nets or Rizal.
Rizal forced to take a lot of threes because of the length of Greg Slaughter on the inside. Yet wala pang nasushoot itong Rizal from the outside. A real struggle to start the ball game.
0 out of 10 from the field are the Golden Coolers. Javelona from way downtown. That's a block by Balagtas. The Golden Coolers on a run. This could be their first basket, and Alday gives them that.
Perfect start para dito sa Rizal to be able to utilize that 3 versus 1 advantage. Now finally they have a bucket.
Mitchell doesn't settle for the outside shot. He pulls back out to Javelona. Carl Brian Cruz will not hesitate, and he still is sizzling hot here.
Yung pati siya nagugulat na sa kanyang mga nasushoot He's 3 out of 3. He's not wide open. These are defended three-point shots from Carl Bryant Cruz.
What a comfort it is for us. We're very lucky to have a player of his caliber play here in the league. Balagtas could not hit from inside the arc. Avelona initiates the offense here for Manila. The bench mob ready to check in at the next dead ball para kay Coach Gabby Severino. Avelona goes to the left. Mitchell steps back, gives it to Carl Bryant Cruz. That's a difficult shot.
Their defensive stop being brought by Rizal on that last possession, closing down on the three.
Balagtas could not hit from the baseline. Slaughter with another rebound.
And those are usual shots that are being taken by Rizal in their other games. Just could not get anything here today in this ball game, probably because of the length being brought in by Manila.
Mitchell sees a seam in the defense, short on the finger roll. Villoria ahead to Alday. Alday trying to challenge the defense of Carl Bryant Cruz. That's off the mark.
Once again, it's the length of Carl Bryant Cruz being able to defend up top against Alwin Alday.
Avelona took a gamble with that pass. Good thing possession will stay with the Manila. Batang Sampaloc after that block by Marco Balagtas. JK Casino able to locate Alwin Alday for their first bucket of the game. That's our fast break of the game, brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max.
First and only bucket of the game para dito sa Rizal. Haven't gotten a lot of points, and now they're going to be trying to put in some more offense in Jerry Pingoy.
Charles de la Cruz has also checked in para kay Coach Ralph Rivera. He scored 15 points in that victory against the Bataan Risers.
Adding on to some firepower in terms of offense. They are 1 out of 12 to start the ball game. Sorry, they're 1 out of 13. 7% the first 7 minutes of the game.
Keith Agovida has also made his entry into this one. John Hamon off the corner setup. Back irons the three. There's a foul against Manila. Greg Slaughter has gone to the bench. Didat Hanapi, Ira Batalier, and Sean Umali have checked in for Manila.
A younger five being brought in by Manila right here. So expect them to run a little bit more here for their second five.
I'm surprised Rabal Hussein is not the first big off the bench for Coach Gabby Severino. Agovida loses it. The defense really tight for Manila, even with this new five. Hamon leans in and gets the 2 points.
John Hamon continuing his resurgence from their last game. 14 big points, very crucial in the late game. Itong si John Hamon. So right here, regaining his confidence, getting his first 2 of the game.
And even against Abra, he was stellar off the bench, hitting a lot of crucial baskets in that second half. De La Cruz trying to pick up from where he left off, but that's not exactly the start that he wants. Lucky for Rizal, they will keep the basketball with 5 seconds on their shot clock. You see here, Hamon starts that fast break and finishes it coming off the dish from Renzo Navarro.
Perfect guy to complement everybody. Itong si John Hamon runs, goes to his spots, can stretch out the floor. Perfect for the talent level na meron nitong Manila.
Bonafide scorer, former EAC general. Agovida was fouled there by Batalier. Agovida knows that he has the foot speed advantage against the former Letran Knight.
Very young five by Manila right here. Have Hanapi, Batalier, Omali, Tempra, and Navarro. Only Navarro, a veteran right here, but everybody is either still a college player or is a fresh graduate.
Pingoy trying to put the move on Sean Umali. He had to pick up his dribble there. Shot clock is winding down. De La Cruz, the spin, fall away jumper, that's off to the right. Tempra needs a teammate, hands it off to Hanapi. Batalier goes to Navarro. Renzo turns the corner, he's blitzed, gives it up. Batalier walks.
Obvious travel there on Air Batalier.
I believe Batalier will be one of the quote-unquote glue guys here para sa Manila Batang Sampaloc, especially later in the season. He's a guy that can play multiple positions para kay Coach Gabby Severino, and he's not afraid to be physical inside as well.
One of the guys as well that would provide star numbers but doesn't really ask for the ball a lot, would just be there, do his role very well, and get those wins para sa team.
Keith Agovida, who once held the NCAA junior scoring title before Joshua Saret broke it. Forcing his way inside there. That's why he's on the line for 2 shots. How many points was that? Was that 81 or 83?
I think he had 81.
81.
81 siya, 83 si Terrence, 89 si Joshua Saret.
Ayun, tama.
Kita Govida, one of the guys that can really show that sometimes simplicity is beauty for basketball. Doesn't have a lot of moves, yet sometimes he would get 24, 25 points just from pure basic basketball.
And he is a winner here in the league, having won with the Davao Occidental Tigers. That's why his addition here for Rizal, definitely a welcome piece para sa kanila. He gets a basket underneath despite the presence of 3 blue shirts.
Veteran player right here in Keith Agovida, scoring against 4 purple shirts.
4 of the 6 points of Rizal coming from that man, Keith Agovida. Navarro goes inside, sets up Hanapi. Didat attacks the ring, challenging the defense of Apacible. That's going to be number 2 on John.
Going to be foul trouble right away, and they will be needing John Apacible, especially with Raba Al-Husseini and Greg Slaughter still on the bench. You need that length moving forward, but they will be forced to play Marco Balagtas at the 5 right here.
It's going to be a long day for the Rizal front line.
So it's going to be Chad Alonzo that will be subbing in para dito kay John Apacible. Undersized, but with the physicality that Chad brings, tingnan natin if he can change the game para dito sa Rizal.
And aside from the physicality, it's also the experience that he brings to the table. He's been in the league for quite some time, and we've seen him play in the PBA and the PBL. Has always been a solid rotation player for any team that he plays in. Pingoy's asking for it on the right side. Agovida offers the screen. Pingoy rejects it. Binigay pa rin kay Keith. Agovida, fake. Floater, short. Gets his own miss. Second serving is good para kay Keith Agovida.
Keith Agovida putting in the energy here to end the first quarter. He's making a run of his own, 4-0. Cutting the lead to 14 right here with 30 seconds left.
That's a foul on Charles de la Cruz. Trying to stop Renzo Navarro there. Unfortunately for Rizal, they are already over the limit. But look at that. You were talking about simplicity. And Keith Agovida definitely exemplifies that to the letter.
Just really reading the defense well. Looks at where he has an advantage on. Takes it strong. And just tries to get a bucket.
Renzo Navarro scoring on his first free throw. Shout out to his brother, Coach Melo Navarro.
Yes.
I'm sure he must be watching somewhere.
Very supportive, Coach Melo. Hope you're enjoying the game.
Oh, as much as possible, hindi talaga niya minimiss yung mga games ni Renzo. Tsaka kasi binibigyan niya ng pointers parati si Renzo.
Oh, very supportive, Coach Melo. But of course, Enzo would never be here without the support of his brother. So, of course, very thankful din yan si Enzo.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Jerry Pingoy trying to change the hands of time there as he makes the move to the basket. Did that give you some flashbacks?
Oh, you know, Jerry, whenever he sees that driving lane, usually talaga up top na finish yan eh. But going college, going to the pros, slightly changed his game. But still able to get those finishes in.
That free throw was brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. For everybody's information, it was always Juanito Gregorio who was guarding Jerry Pingoy in high school. And
his lowest scoring game with 11 points, that's me.
Okay, 11 points.
Mababa na yun. Mababa na yun. MVP
yeah.
siya eh.
Back-to-back UAAP Juniors MVP, by the way. Ito si Jerry Pingoy, one of the most sought-after collegiate recruits, I think, of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Hanapi short on the jumper, and that's going to do it for the first quarter play here between Rizal and Manila.
6 3-pointers made by Manila to start the first quarter. Very strong start. No basket for Rizal until the 6-minute mark. So a really good ball game by Manila. Good game plan by Coach Gabby Severino. Good defensive setups by Coach Ricky Dandan. And just a good first quarter all in all para dito sa Manila.
CBC with 9 points. DJ Mitchell with 6. All on 3-point shots. Pau Javelona also contributing to that number para sa Manila Batang Sampaloc. That's why they are ahead 24-10. Our end of the first quarter score is brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas.
You are still watching the MPBL. Matapos ang unang laro ng Manila with the Greg Slaughter, sabi nga ni Coach Gabby Severino, it was a win with so many adjustments. Alam naman daw natin, in any team, basta may bago, no matter how good of a player he is, there will always be adjustments. Right now, they are trying to achieve a much smoother flow, especially in their set plays. Ganun naman daw talaga kapag may bago. Kailangan siyang tulungan at pakiramdaman. At this point, kinakapapa ng team ang galaw ni Greg. They know he is a huge piece. At syempre, gusto rin naman nilang makuha agad ni Greg ang rhythm niya. Do you think smoother na ang galaw nila so far?
Well, definitely with the showing that they had in that first quarter, especially with the barrage of threes that they had. It's a much better performance for Manila, and I think their confidence has really skyrocketed after those two big wins against contenders in Abra and Binyan.
You know, they're moving much better after the loss against Abra and then eventually the win against Binyan. You see the slow progression being brought in by Manila. As you see first the numbers in the first quarter, 3 of 19, 15% para sa Rizal, while a big 58% para naman dito sa Manila. We're just talking about Manila. You see the progression. No, they didn't start perfectly. They struggled in the first few games. Yet here in the season, they're showing that they're really one of the teams to beat this season natin.
Both of these teams near each other in the northern team standings. Of course, Manila is at 6-4 while Rizal is at 6-3. So only one game ang difference nitong parehong koponan. Jerry Pingoy has been showing us glimpses of improved speed here. It seems that he has lost more weight over the course of this past week. Agovida able to save it and get possession para sa Rizal.
Rizal trying to outpower itong younger five ng Manila, trying to use their veteran IQs.
Pingoy working against Flores. Good dish to Agovida. And Keith Agovida, ever since he's checked into the game, he has been their primary source of offense.
8 points already para dito kay Keith Agovida. 8 of the 12, all coming from their veteran lefty.
After a 15-0 start, this lead is down to 12. Alonzo picks it up. Pingoy looks ahead. Agovida to the corner. Jimenez hesitates on the shot, gets it back. Jimenez, 1-2 step, missing on the finger roll. No numbers here for Manila. Hanapi forces the issue and draws the block against Jerry Pingoy.
I really like this kid, Didat Hanapi. Very athletic, can stretch out the floor, plays really good defense. Just needs a little bit more experience to be a better player. But just potential-wise, this guy is going to have a long career here in Philippine basketball.
And he really has good height for that wing position.
Yes.
No?
Good height, moves very well. Alam mo yung mga players that you just know will really go far in terms of basketball.
He's a three-way scorer. He can shoot from the outside, he can attack the paint, and he has a mid-range game too.
Complete package para dito sa Manila SVSGA.
24-12, a chance to trim this gap para dito sa Rizal. Greg Slaughter stepped to check back into the game. Jimenez trying to locate Agovida. He's battling it out with Tempra underneath. Batalier tries to help out, but Keith Agovida continues his surge here.
10 of the 14 points, all coming from Keith Agovida. He wants that ball. He wants to take charge. He wants to get this run para dito sa Rizal.
They have held Manila scoreless here at the start of this second quarter, and Rizal going repeatedly to Keith Agovida, the former Arellano chief, trying to lead the comeback here for the Golden Coolers. Up next, para kay Coach Gabby Severino, he will have Quezon City on June 6th, the Imus Agimat a week after that, and on June 19th, they will be facing the Iloilo United Royals. And what can you say about the schedule here for Manila? It's somehow an easier schedule ahead of them.
Yes, it's probably one of their easier stretches dito sa season na to, but still, they cannot take any team lightly as everybody is willing to compete. But in terms of talent levels, this is going to be a good place para sa Manila to get a good winning run.
Oh, Pingoy being aggressive there, and he tries to draw an offensive foul against his former college buddy in Greg Slaughter. And CBC off the bench still continues to sizzle.
I like this matchup. Keith Agovida versus Carl Brian Cruz. Both four guys trying to carry their teams to victory here.
Agovida being defended by a fellow lefty in James Tempra. Agovida almost falls to the ground. A foul will be called here against James Tempra.
This is going to be good lessons para dito kay James Tempra. But let's watch this here. Wide open on the middle.
Oh, his foot was on the line, so it's just a two-pointer para kay Carl Brian Cruz.
See if they'll review that in the next plays. But still a good open shot para dito kay CBC. That will mean still 11 points para dito kay CBC.
Pingoy has it. They set up Balagtas in the corner. Marco leans in off the glass. Banker is short. Oh, what about this matchup as well at the point guard spot? Renzo Navarro against Jerry Pingoy. A matchup we've seen from high school to college to here in the pros.
And still competing at the highest level of basketball. It's just great to see them staying in shape, keeping that talent level, and still even adding weapons to their games. I would remember Jerry Pingoy being a scorer first in high school ngayon. Really good passer para sa Rizal.
Oh yeah, definitely. He never liked to pass in high school.
Only you can say that because you were his teammate.
Yeah, I can guarantee that. I'm sure if you're watching this again, Pinks, I know you'll agree with me. Let's not kid here. But, you know, I'm not complaining. We won the championship, so... Okay. Greg Slaughter, though, getting a basket and one there. I don't think Chad Alonso stood any chance there in the interior against the 7-footer.
That's all you can do against Greg Slaughter. Deny him the ball, but if you really put it up top, 7 flat, of course, when he puts his arms, talagang mas tatangkad pa yan. So, putting the ball up, too long, too strong, easy 2 para dito kay Greg Slaughter.
First 3 points of the game for Greg Zilla. Lead back up to 15 for the Batang Sampaloc. Balagtas gives it up to Agovida. The spin, the help comes from Slaughter. Jimenez puts it up before the block came. And then a foul given up here by Manila. A good effort there by Rizal on the glass.
Gotta commend Rizal. No fear against Greg Slaughter. Still trying to get those attacks inside. But Coach Gabby will be asking for a review right here.
Oh, so they're going to be challenging this last foul call. 6 minutes and 27 remaining here in the first half. This is the first challenge of the game taken by the Manila Batang Sampaloc. They're off to an impressive start here after big wins against Abra and Binyan. They want to follow it up and continue to make good decisions, make good plays, and have good results. We'll take a short break at pagbalik natin malalaman na natin ang desisyon ng ating officiating crew.
The challenge made by Manila is successful. There was no
It's a successful
foul,
challenge for
resulting in a
Coach Gabby
jump ball.
Severino.
Possession arrow is pointing Manila.
So because of the successful challenge, it's a jump ball situation. And lucky for the Batang Sampaloc, this is another win for them because they also get possession. Possession arrow is pointing their way. Up by 15 here, 29-14. If you just tuned in, Manila opened up this game with a barrage of three-point shots led by DJ Mitchell and Carl Brian Cruz. This was the play in question. There, Christian Bernardo tried to follow it up, and then a foul was called.
No hit, very obvious. Of course, from the angles of the referees, everything up top is going to be questionable. But good challenge coming from Coach Gabby Severino. The ball will return para dito sa Manila.
I have to correct myself. I've been saying that Manila won against Abra. I'm sorry, they lost that game. And that Binyan game was their bounce back game after that big loss against Abra.
But it's also a big win against Binyan on that last game. So it could start a good run because slowly but surely their confidence is really skyrocketing here in the season.
Abelona, the dipsy-do, that's no good. Stop here for the Golden Coolers. Casiña gives it to Agovida. Now Viloria still has not yet made an impact in this game.
We've been saying how much he has made an impact para dito sa Rizal. But here in this ball game, scouted well by Manila. Still 0 points para dito kay Cranian Viloria.
Keith Agovida, as soon as he came in, the complexion of this game started to change for the Rizal Golden Coolers, and that's why these fans are happy. They are Buenos lucky fans of the game.
No matter how young, no matter how old, everybody is invited dito sa MPBL to enjoy quality basketball. So if you're close by, slowly but surely, napupuno na po tayo dito sa West Gym, dito sa Valenzuela, and everybody's wearing red here.
In anticipation for the home squad's home defense against the Davao Occidental Tigers.
You know what I like about this venue? It doesn't matter if you're the first or the third game. Ang daming nanonood. It's a venue na to. The first game earlier had JJ Helterbrand, Mark Pingres. So talagang excited din naman talaga sila para magpa-picture.
At syempre kung ikaw man lalaro, I mean, even if alam mong hindi naman fans mo yung nakapwesto dun sa stands, just seeing people inside the arena, gaganahan ka pa rin maglaro eh.
Oh, there's a double foul here. CBC and JK Casino. CBC not happy with the call there.
He's saying he got hit in the kisser. Or I think in the throat pa nga eh. Let's see what happened. There's the shot by Mitchell. That was a miss.
Box out.
Casino trying to box out the much bigger Carl Brian Cruz. Whoa, that was quite the hit.
With the style of shorter guys, because you have to get your space. Pushing out the CBC. I think they're gonna review this if there is some extra motion para dito kay JK Casino.
Carl Brian Cruz will be meted with a warning for using profane language.
He was really disappointed and frustrated at the call. He wanted something extra.
There you see Coach Ralph Rivera, champion coach for the Our Lady of Fatima University. He has really gone on and changed the culture in that school. As soon as he took over that program, it started to fly, and good for him that he's getting a break here in the MPBL. First stint being a head coach in the professional ranks.
And he really is showing how good he is as a coach. Relatively unknown, coaching a smaller college team. Yet pagdating niya dito, he just knew what he was doing. And I heard he was a really good player back then.
Yeah, he was.
Having Coach Christian Coronel as well as one of his assistants, bringing the toughness here para sa Rizal, and just a good signing, a perfect fit para dito sa Rizal.
Coach Ralph Rivera was one of those unfortunate stories wherein he had to deal with a number of injuries. Despite the talent that he had, he was forced to retire early, went into coaching, and he's found success in this new career of his. Good for him that he's been able to influence younger guys in Our Lady of Fatima, and now he's coaching Rizal to perhaps its best start of the season. Mitchell finds CBC down low. The fake, the 2 points up and in para kay Carl Brian Cruz.
Much more scoring para kay CBC here in today's ball game. Already up to 13 in the first 15 minutes of the ball game. Usually he's a guy that's doing a lot more of the dirty work, but here CBC leading everybody in scoring.
The answer quickly on the other side, J.K. Casino. Manila goes quickly again. That's very uncharacteristic of Rizal. They're usually a very good defensive squad, a squad that does not allow those kinds of baskets.
Well, now they have to adjust in everything that Manila is doing. Manila is playing perfect basketball here, offensively and defensively, and Rizal has found no answer here in today's ball game.
Pao Havelona hitting his second three-point shot of the game. That's 6 points now for the former NU Bulldog.
Manila just enjoying this ball game. Everything is going their way here. Wide open shot once again para dito kay Pao Havelona.
36-17, DJ Mitchell starting the break here for Manila, ending with that trifecta from the outside coming from Pao Havelona. 36-17 is the count. Timeout taken here on the floor. We'll take a short break. Live na live po ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa West Arena in Valenzuela City. Third time this year that we're having games here in this venue. And talk about Carl Brian Cruz. He's been explosive here to start this game. But even in that last game against Binyan, he had 21 points, 14 of those coming in the fourth quarter.
And the CBC, of course, once a member of our Gilas Pilipinas, now showing out here in the MPBL. A modern-day stretch four who can do a lot of things para dito sa Manila, but more importantly, the leadership he is bringing to everybody is what is making the biggest impact, and so far he is our leading scorer here in today's ballgame.
14.5 points per game this season, already beyond his average, and we are just in the second quarter with still 4 minutes and 12 remaining in this game. He's shooting 46.4% from the field this season, 34.8 from three-point country.
You know, just is able to stretch out the floor para dito sa Manila. So you always have to respect the shooting that CBC brings here in today's ballgame.
Viloria uses the Apasible screen. Apasible had to sit out in the first quarter due to foul trouble after playing extended minutes. Slaughter getting another rebound there. He wanted Hamon to get that pass. Good thing DJ Mitchell was there to pick it up. Mitchell has showcased his athleticism these past few games.
Well, let's just go back to his dunk attempt in his game against Abra. We were stunned for 5 minutes. Kami ni Javi because that dunk attempt could have changed the complexion of that ball game. But DJ Mitchell, not only a shooter, but can really score. Already even has 3 assists. 4 assists here in today's ball game. So a complete package as well para dito sa Manila. You know what I like about him is that he's just so calm. He's just so calm, not rushing anything. He just lets the game come to him.
We're very happy that he decided to just play here in the pros instead of still suiting up for the LaSalle Green Archers in the UAP. He would have caused so many problems.
I'm sure.
And you know, we say that both as UP fans. Cruz gets it to Greg Zilla. Shot clock winding down here for the Batang Sampaloc. Greg tries to put on the moves. Ups the pass. Cruz, the extra dime. Mitchell, hand in the face. That's short. Casino had that one picked away. Greg Zilla, look out below.
Everybody just saw it coming. Greg Zilla with a slam here in Valenzuela.
38-19. The lead is the same as the result score here in this game. Viloria to the right side. Balagtas couldn't dial it down from the outside. Casino gets the recycle here for Rizal. Alday attacks, leaves it for John. Apasible, high looper of a jumper won't go. Rizal continuing to struggle from the field here. 7 out of 33, that's 21%. Pass to Slaughter, stolen by Rizal.
They really want to create for Greg and get his confidence in terms of scoring here.
Alday gets the contact, basket, and one para kay Alvin Alday.
And one guy who was also quiet here in today's ballgame, only getting his 4th point, is Alwin Alday. Both Cranial and Alwin, the focal points of the offense para dito sa Rizal, has been relatively quiet here in today's ballgame. But maybe this can be a good start para kay Alwin to get his scoring going.
Top scorer of Rizal this season, 13.8 points per game. He did only have 7 against Bataan though. So I'm pretty sure that he's going to want to bounce back in this one, especially with them being down by 17 at this point. A chance to get one more here at the line para kay Alvin Alday. Coach Gabby Severino will call another timeout. 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. The lead is 16 for the Batang Sampaloc. We take a look at our Buenas play of the game. DJ Mitchell doing a little bit of everything here today, but we feature that man, 7-foot Greg Slaughter, Greg Zilla, throwing it down on the break.
Second game in the MPBL, second slam of the season para dito kay Greg Zilla, and much more exciting games ahead para dito kay Greg.
I'm sure the rest of the league is very wary of how scary this Manila team can be with Greg Slaughter in their lineup. Sean O'Malley back in the game. Slaughter will have a breather on the bench.
I want to see that post matchup, Sean O'Malley versus John Apasible. 2 of the best single post guys that we have here in the league. So that's going to be a good matchup to watch out for here in the second quarter.
O'Malley was fouled there, and Rizal already over the limit. What do you think is in store for the future of the career para dito kay Sean O'Malley?
Oh, a very, very bright future para dito kay Sean O'Malley. They're saying he is undersized, he is too heavy, but yet with that weight, he has already made it work. We have guys like J.R. Kenyahan, Bo Belga, even a little bit on the older, on the older end, but they've made it work. So Sean O'Malley, I'm sure, has a very, very bright future. If he can add a 3-point game, he's going to be much more deadly to Sean O'Malley.
Avelona had his pass picked off here by the Rizal defense. Casino leans in, gets the left-hand finish to go.
Can never give that left side dito kay JK Casino. That is his strength. That is his comfort level.
Mitchell, bullseye!
On point. Every time he's wide open, that will be a make para dito kay DJ Mitchell.
And he extends the lead back up to 18, 42-24, just as Rizal was threatening to go on another run here to close out the second quarter. Agovida trying to get the scoring once again here for Rizal.
Sumabit lang itong si Sean O'Malley on that shot attempt by Keith Agovida.
You just saw the three-point field goal story. 0 out of 8 para sa Rizal in this game, while Manila is 8 out of 16.
Still a real struggle para dito sa Rizal, but Keith Agovida trying to carry his team. Don't miss that first free throw.
He's the only guy in double figures so far here for Rizal. The next guy on top of the scoring ladder para sa Golden Coolers is Alvin Alday and JK Casino, both with 5. Oh, Agovida, 0 out of 2 from the charity stripe.
That's rare. That's very rare for Keith Agovida to miss 2.
I mean, for you to score 81 points, you're going to have to be a good free throw shooter too, am I right? Under a minute to play here in the first half. Mitchell puts on the brakes. Somehow, someway found an opportunity to get a basket there. I think he babied that one.
He already saw it. He saw the driving lane. He knew that he had an advantage. Just a wrong spin on that layup.
Casino decides to go to Chad Alonzo. Agovida cutting through the middle, and that's a bump against Ira Batalier.
See the game plan of Manila right here is to deny Cranial Viloria that basketball. If you can deny Cranial Viloria, then the focal point of the offense will be put on another guy. So usually now it's Keith Agovida or Chad Alonzo on the post area, and Manila would rather have them rather than Cranial Viloria.
We know that Rizal is a very guard reliable squad. They rely a lot on Viloria and Alvin Alday for their offense. So this game plan really working well for them, especially tonight. Batalier comes out. New guy on the floor here para sa Manila. Alday from the outside, that's short. He really hasn't been lucky from downtown. So have the whole Rizal squad.
Last shot time para dito sa Manila.
Mitchell. Series of moves. That's an offensive foul.
Yeah. Obvious charge. Overextension of that right arm para dito kay DJ Mitchell.
Well, for JK Casino, he says that I could take those that I can dish out. If you didn't see it earlier, he did give a similar hit to Carl Brian Cruz on the rebound play.
Called for a charge.
4 seconds left here. Casino to Viloria. I don't think they realized that it was just 4 seconds left on the clock. And that's it for the first half of play here between the Rizal Golden Coolers and the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA. Your initial thoughts on that first half?
Well, it's a strong start of Manila that really made the biggest changes. 6 3-pointers in that first quarter, eventually really running through and getting that big lead. And they've been able to stay composed and keep the 16-point lead heading to the third quarter.
42-26, our halftime score is brought to you by GameX, the official online lending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball lending sa Pinas.
Dito sa MPBL, basketball action is in the air. But a few days ago, isang unforgettable moment ang nangyari in the lives of our fans. Love is in the air, mga kaliga, kaya naman sabay-sabay nating panoorin ang pangyayaring ito. Dito lamang sa MPBL Extra.
Si Gabriel Mayuga.
Ako naman po si Meg Valdez.
Nagsimula po kami is una 2016, 1 year kaming MU hanggang 2017 officially naging kami.
Actually po magkasama kami sa music ministry sa church namin. So ako po kumakanta, siya tumutugtog kasi bassist po namin siya. So doon although kami po ay schoolmate nung high school, di po kami masyado nagpapansinan or di kami close. Doon po sa church, doon kami naging close, nagkaroon po kami ng communication at doon po nag-start. Usual lang na excited kami manood ng MPBL kasi inaabangan talaga namin yung bawat laro dito. So expect ko lang na manunod kami, happy lang at di ko in-expect na may paganon pala. Kaya nagulat ako at memorable po itong araw na to sa amin.
Actually, wala talaga akong maisip na way kung paano gagawin to. Pero nung sabi ko, super fan kasi kami ng Quezon Huskers. Sabi ko posible kaya kapag sa MPBL. Sabi ko, parang imposible. Pero hindi ko alam ba't nandito na kami ngayon.
Sa harap ng mahalaga Pilipinas.
Hindi lang natin planuhin yung kasal natin at mahalin pa natin yung isa't isa at mag-unawaan lang tayo at sana maging successful din yung susunod na step which is yung wedding natin. Mahal na mahal kita. Love you.
Love you too. So excited ako sa darating na wedding. Ako naman gusto ko lang simple, pero talaga nandun yung sincerity natin. At kasama syempre si Lord. So, I love you, Lucky. So, nagpapasalamat po kami sa MPBL, sa lahat po ng bumubuo nito, sa provincial government, hanggang sa pagtanda namin bilang mag-asawa, di po namin makakalimutan itong araw na to. At nawa po ay magtuloy-tuloy ang mga season, mga laro po sa MPBL. Yun po, maraming salamat po.
Sobrang thankful sa bumubuo ng MPBL, sa lahat ng commissioner, kay Senator Manny Pacquiao, sa buong Quezon. Sobrang thankful kasi nabigyan ako ng opportunity para mag-propose sa girlfriend ko at yan say ko na ngayon. Sobrang thankful talaga. Salamat. Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you po.
Halftime now between the Rizal Golden Coolers and the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA. The score is 42-26. An explosive start for Manila in this game. A barrage of three-pointers to begin the match, courtesy of DJ Mitchell, Carl Brian Cruz, and Pao Havilona, and Manila hasn't looked back since.
Everything just going the side of Manila to start the ball game. Even though they have shot 13 less shots and they have 10 turnovers, everything on the side of Manila has been positive. 50% on the field goals, 8 of 16 from three-pointers, team basketball, plus 8 on the assist, and just the running game, everything working. Manila now up by 16 points here to start the second half.
At this 21% shooting for Rizal, this is after they shot a very efficient 48% against the Bataan Risers in their last game. What seems to be the problem here, aside from the fact that they're not knocking down their shots?
Well, it's just the pure length nitong Manila. That's been the real problem. They could not get any easy inside shots to get the rhythm going. Alwin Alday and also Cranial Viloria are cold here in today's ball game. Good thing Kita Govida has stepped up with 12 points here, but Alday only 5, Casino with 5, Cranial Viloria only 2 to start the ball game here.
That's after Viloria scored 21 points in that game against the Risers. In fact, they had 5 guys in double figures in that game. Cranial Viloria, Charles De La Cruz, and even Alvin Alday, as well as Marco Balagtas and Kita Govida were in double figures in that match. Third quarter now underway. This is the second game of your Thursday triple header here at the West Arena in Valenzuela City. Javi Balanya joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio and Miss Andrea Indicio. Can Rizal make the necessary adjustments here in the second half? This start of the third quarter will be crucial for them, and Jerry Pingoy and Greg Slaughter continue to exchange pleasantries here in this game.
You really want to give Greg Slaughter those shots inside to get his confidence going. Again, we were talking to the trainer of Greg Slaughter. He's only about 70% into his conditioning, yet he's already making a big impact para dito sa Manila.
Alday tried to get it to Viloria, but that's going to be a kick against DJ Mitchell. Errant pass thrown by Manila to Greg Slaughter, which led to that opportunity on the break for the Rizal Golden Coolers. Manila will be beginning the second half with Pao Havilona, Carl Brian Cruz, DJ Mitchell, Jan Hamon, and Greg Zilla, Greg Slaughter.
Same first 5 that had a big run in the first quarter, so they want to be able to replicate that kind of basketball.
Meanwhile, Rizal is starting with Chad Alonso, who scores on that bucket, together with Kita Govida, Cranial Viloria, Jerry Pingoy, and Alvin Alday.
Small ball para dito sa Rizal, but they want to add physicality by adding in Chad Alonso, and he makes a stop right there.
2-on-1 break. Viloria will go all the way that short. Alday on the follow. Good trail job there by Alvin.
1-2 punch fast break right there. Alday and Viloria trying to get the rhythm going.
They go to the post. Slaughter goes cross-court to the corner. Havilona from downtown. Yes, sir.
That's the name of the game for Pao Havilona. This guy is a bona fide three-point shooter. And whenever you leave him open, he will take it, he will make it.
He is now 3 points away from being the 37th member of our 1,000 points club here in the MPBL, Pao Havilona.
I don't know if he's aware of that. I remember the coaching staff not wanting Pao Havilona to know that stat just so he can focus on winning the game. But so far, Pao is playing a good game right here.
A good sign for Rizal. Jerry Pingoy knocking down his outside shot there. Hamon doesn't settle for the outside jumper. Leans in closer, baseline J. He was fouled, falls to the ground. 2 shots coming up for the former EAC General.
You really will close out dito kay Jan Hamon because he can take it from the mid-range, from the outside, and also has that attack. One of the guys who's naturally a born scorer. And just too much respect on Rizal right there. That will be a foul.
14 points against Binyanta Takjel. 4 out of 6 from the field. Punta muna tayo kay Miss Andrea Indicio.
Coach Ralph Rivera said malaki ang naging epekto ni Greg Slaughter for Manila, but looking back, Manila was already a strong team to begin with. Sabi nga niya, now that Greg is in and playing, the more that the key players of Manila are shining. Tama nga naman, given the confidence that we can see with their every shot. With Manila relying on their sets, Rizal is trying to push the pace even more. Need pa rin daw nilang i-improve yung shot selection and involve everyone more. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much. I like what Coach Ralph Rivera said, that the other key players for Manila are now shining because of the addition
That's right.
of Greg Slaughter. Do you think that the roles are now much more defined?
No, Greg Slaughter is complementary to what everybody is doing now. Carl Brian Cruz can be able to stretch the floor. DJ Mitchell can now have enough space to get his attacks. And now Pau Habilona and also John Hamon are also being able to go to their spots and take these threes. So Greg Slaughter will be a huge, literal huge addition para dito sa Manila.
Meanwhile, on the ensuing play, Jerry Pingoy committing the foul there against Carl Brian Cruz. And having some words to say also after that. Cruz falling to the ground while Pingoy maintaining his balance. And here they are exchanging some blows on that inbound play. No foul was called. Pingoy trying to steal that one away from Slaughter. That's a difficult jumper. Step back by Carl Brian Cruz. He was fouled by Keith Agovida.
That's already a hard shot. Lucky for CBC that Keith Agovida will be fouling him on that last possession. Let's watch that again. Nadapa. Si Keith Agovida lost his balance. Moved forward going to CBC. Accidental hit. Yet it's going to be 3 free throws for CBC.
And this does not help the cause here of Rizal dito sa ating third quarter. It was a welcome sign for them that they got a fast break opportunity courtesy of that follow coming from Alwin Alday. Jerry Pingoy was able to knock down a 3-point shot, but they have not been able to stop this Manila onslaught.
You know, Manila has just been playing perfectly today in this ball game. Better game plan. Everybody is in sync. Something that we have not seen a lot. Everybody trusting the roles, but it's the adjustment, it's the process that they really go on throughout the season. And as we were saying, one of the deadliest team because they are peaking at the right time. Itong Manila.
Carl Brian Cruz, 2 out of 2 so far, a 75.8% free throw shooter this season, the leading scorer this year for the Manila Batang Sampaloc. Manila at 6-4, 1 game differential separating them from Rizal, who is at 6-3. Pingoy may tangan ng bola dito. Viloria uses the Bernardo roadblock. Viloria, a little hesitation, swatted away by Greg Slaughter.
That's a good attack. Just better defense by Greg Slaughter. And the stare down from the Gregzilla.
Amon will wait for backup. CBC attacks baseline. There's a foul against Christian Bernardo. And, you know, it's really the offense here for Manila that has been humming. Rizal can't seem to do anything right. And that is the rim protection that Gregzilla guarantees.
And the stare down.
All 7 feet of Greg Slaughter protecting the basket for the Manila Batang Sampaloc.
So far, Greg Slaughter, 5 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, doing everything para sa Manila.
Slaughter backing up on Christian Bernardo. Slaughter will go on the move. Slaughter could not get the hook shot to drop. Pingoy looks ahead. He sees Viloria. Cranial pulls up, jumper, rims out. Agovida snatches it from the sky and gets the 2 points.
Good hustle by Keith Agovida to keep that ball alive in that last possession.
Oh, Mitchell delivering another overcooked pass there.
Good intention, bad execution. Janamon was wide open, but just a little too high on the pass by DJ Mitchell.
Now, Juanito, you mentioned earlier that Greg Slaughter is a complementary piece to the system here of the Manila Batang Sampaloc. Tell our viewers more about this statement.
Well, Greg Slaughter right now, he can really protect that inside, both offensively and defensively. And this is a three-point shooting team. Because of the attention Greg Slaughter will be getting on the inside, everybody else can stretch out the floor. And we saw that perfectly in the first quarter. Well, CBC got 4 threes, and in the first half where they got 8 threes in total. So that's going to be very complimentary because as a 7-footer, you will just get all of the attention in the middle.
And what's nice with him is you don't really see him looking for his shots quite often. He's really looking to get everything in the flow of the system and make sure that everybody eats here for Manila.
You know, when he cuts through the middle or rolls through the middle, everybody is helping out. That's 4 guys. That means someone will be wide open on the outside, and Greg Slaughter actually has 4 assists here in the ball game because he can actually see who is wide open.
Alday is at the line for 2 shots. Making good on the second free throw there, Alvin Alday. 49-38 now. Rizal going on a mini run here. Renzo Navarro and James Tempra checking back into the game for Coach Gabby Severino.
I like how James Tempra can play the 4 or the 3 wherever he is needed.
Pingoy sliding his feet, keeping in step there with Renzo Navarro. A mismatch, so Slaughter had to take it over the much smaller Jerry Pingoy. Rizal on the break. Alday from the outside. Bernardo keeps it alive. Alday this time goes inside, floats it up over Greg Zilla. No good. He was asking for a foul. Navarro leaves it for Slaughter. Slaughter will hang and score.
Asking for a foul there. He got hit on the arm. But still a good roll coming from Greg. A good pass coming from Enzo.
7 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocked shots for the standout out of Ateneo de Manila University. Pass behind there coming from Alvin Alday that was intended for Keith Agovida. Tingnan muna natin itong play of the game brought to you by Buenas Renzo Navarro. Playmaker par excellence. Getting it to his big man there on the roll.
Textbook pick and roll coming from Greg and Enzo. 2 guys help out. Someone will be open, and that's Greg.
And Navarro has always been one of the best playmakers here in the league. Last year played for the Iloilo United Royals, was one of the top assist men in last season's campaign. Didat Hanapi off the bench. No warm-up needed for the former Adamson Soaring Falcon.
1 point. And kanino nanggaling yung assists? Once again, it's Enzo Navarro seeing his wide-open teammates pass blue plays.
You know, don't you think that the matchups today have been very anticlimactic? We were expecting close games.
Yes.
But it just really underscores the fact that a lot of these teams have improved dramatically as well.
Talent on talent, magkatapat talaga itong mga teams natin today. But it's the game plans of these teams that is really getting them an edge. And you see Coach Gabby Severino and Coach Ricky Dandan working perfectly today in today's ball game.
Definitely no strangers to working with each other. They were part of that Ateneo coaching staff a few years back when it was still Coach Bo Perasol at the helm. Of course, Coach Ricky Dandan, last year's coach of the Bataan Risers before Coach Alex Calueng took over almost more than midway through the season. Slaughter drawing another foul here against the Rizal defense. First trip to the line in this game for Greg Zilla. First free throw is off there para kay Slaughter. Player of the game in that big win against Binan Taktak Gel Beast Motorcycle Game Mix. After suffering that tough loss against the Abra Weavers, it was a 68-94 blowout. They went on to beat Binyan 79-63, courtesy of Greg Slaughter, who made his debut in that match, and he continues to pick up from where he left off.
9 points, 9 rebounds for Greg Slaughter.
Jerry Pingoy playing extended minutes here in the third quarter para kay Coach Ralph Rivera. Marvel Jimenez pulls back. Balagtas for 3. That's money.
That's one guy they need to step up here in today's ball game. As Greg Slaughter will be protecting the inside, the bigs now has an advantage to stretch out the floor. Marco Balagtas is the perfect guy to do that, but that's his first 3 in the ball game.
Sorry, it's not a 3-pointer. He was inside the arc there, so just a 2-point shot for the former Davao Tiger. Slaughter, that's just easy pickings for Greg Slaughter.
And that's a good execution right there. They saw the cutting Greg Slaughter. Good pass coming from Ira Batalier.
There have been no answers to the numerous questions, or should I say, the huge question for Rizal that is Greg Slaughter.
Already a double-double game para dito kay Greg Slaughter.
Agovida gets the defense of Greg, able to score on the fall away.
16 points for Keith Agovida, but one man cannot do it alone para dito sa Rizal. Everybody has to help out Keith.
And one guy that we have not really seen produce his usual numbers in the game for Rizal is Craniel Villoria. Rizal forces a stop. Pingoy sees Agovida cutting to the middle. Agovida Gets clipped on the arm by Batalier. He's had a real problem challenging those shots at the rim today.
You gotta love the effort of Kita Govida to try and carry his team to a comeback. Already 16 points here in the ball game, but still been a struggle for the entirety of the Rizal Golden Coolers.
Slaughter will get a much-deserved breather on the bench. Sean O'Malley is back in the game for the Batang Sampaloc. Agavida makes good on the first free throw.
But they've been trying to knock on the door of Manila. Unti-unti, they'll be cutting the lead to 8, they'll be cutting the lead to 10, but just not enough for them to be able to mount a full comeback.
That free throw was brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Split at the line for Kita Govida. Batalier will troop back to the bench. Charles De La Cruz is back for Rizal. 2 minutes and change remaining here in the third quarter. 15-point lead still for the Batang Sampaloc. Can Rizal make a big run here to close out the third quarter? Navarro kicks it out. The extra pass to Tempra. James misfires. Hanapi on the recycle here for Manila. Navarro decides to take it for himself. As long, foul on the rebound play. So even with Greg Slaughter on the bench, itong Rizal still having a problem collaring those defensive boards.
Effort of Manila just on point here today's ball game. You just have the nose for that basketball, just knowing where it will land. Getting a lot of extra opportunities here in today's game.
James Tempra still scoreless in this game. A chance to score his first points.
You know, one thing that I love about Manila today is that everybody's getting a touch of that basketball. 20 assists for the team. And just sharing that ball, getting the wide open opportunities, and just locating people who are just going to be able to shoot.
60-43. And you know, one thing that I've noticed here is Raba Aluseni has not yet seen action para sa Manila.
Still very active, helping out his guys on the bench. That's the leadership and the veteran experience being brought in by Raba.
A foul given up here by the Batang Sampaloc, and nice to see them dishing out a lot of assists in this game. They are already near their average of 22.5 times per contest this year. As Juanito mentioned, they're already at 20 in that department. It's still 1 minute and 39 to go here in the third and a full fourth quarter to go. De La Cruz drives baseline. Navarro right there with him. Unfortunately for Renzo, that's going to be a personal laban sa kanya.
Slower third quarter, we're having a lot of fouls. Rizal trying to be a bit more aggressive with Greg Slaughter on the bench right now. Baka makakuha sila ng ilang puntos sa ilalim and eventually get the rhythm going.
Balik na rin dito si John Abasible para sa Golden Coolers. De La Cruz was stuck deep in that left corner. Looks like foul lang maipipito dito laban kay CBC.
Really wanted to trap Charles De La Cruz on the corner. No space to go to. Obvious foul para dito kay CBC.
Manila now over the limit. That's why De La Cruz will be taking 2 shots here. 1 minute and 25 to go in this game. De La Cruz was one of 5 guys in double figures against the Bataan Risers. He had 15 points, played 21 minutes in that one. He was 5 out of 6 from the field, including 3 out of 4 from downtown.
You know what I love about Coach Ralph is that he is still calm. He is just trusting the process as well. They started the season very well, and I'm sure that they'll be adjusting after this ball game.
Rizal did have an unbeaten run in their first 4 games of the season
And they were
before
number 1.
they started losing 2 straight to Batangas in Pasay, then bounced back with a win against QC. Eventually lost again to Davao, and then followed it up with a victory against Bataan in their recent game. Marvel Jimenez trying to make sure that they have a chance to even make this 2 straight.
You look at the score, they are not far off. They are trying to stay in this ball game. 13 is a very manageable lead that you can make a run of in the 4th quarter. So they just want to end the 3rd quarter properly.
A stoppage here. I think our referees are going to look at something sa ating replay center. Both coaches using this opportunity to huddle up their players and build strategy for the remaining 60 seconds of this 3rd quarter. I believe this 60 seconds will be very crucial for each team heading into the 4th quarter.
It's going to be very crucial. You're right, Javi, because slowly but surely, Rizal is trying to mount a very small run. And who knows if they can get enough rhythm, enough confidence to eventually make that comeback in the 4th. You look at the pieces na meron itong Rizal, they have the capability to actually make a comeback.
And these are actually the moments wherein you should take advantage of the opportunity that Greg Zilla is on the bench.
That's why you see a lot more inside attack. You saw the Marvel Jimenez attack on the last possession. You see Charles De La Cruz trying to get inside. You see Keith Agovida trying to be extra aggressive. And that's because Greg Slaughter right now is on the bench sitting down, getting a rest. So these 5 of Manila has to find a way in staying and keeping that lead.
It looks like it's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul laban dito kay Didat Hanapi, which is going to mean 2 free throws for Charles De La Cruz plus ball possession for the Rizal Golden Coolers. So this could be something to ignite a possible run to end this quarter strong para sa kanila, but missed free throws like that will not do them in.
Well, one more chance para dito kay Charles De La Cruz, but these are the types of situations where Rizal has to be able to take advantage on.
1 out of 2 para sa kanya. Rizal as a team is 13 out of 18. Sorry, make it 13 out of 19 because of that first miss by De La Cruz. Yes, 3 points in the game. Rizal down by 12. 60-48. J.K. Casino. First appearance here in the 2nd half. Balagtas. 20-footer. No good. Apasible tries to tap it. It ends up with Jimenez. Panibagong possession dito para sa Rizal. Casino with the right hand. Has his offhand. Apasible keeps it alive. De La Cruz sets for 3. De La Cruz knocks it down.
Don't look now. This is only a 9-point lead. It's a good run being brought in by Rizal to end the 3rd quarter.
60-51.
The ball will return to Rizal. So one more possession for them after this.
About an 8-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Umali against Apasible. Umali short on the hook shot. Rizal has a lot of time for one good look. De La Cruz to Jimenez. Marvel blocked there by Sean Umali. Access denied, Mr. Jimenez.
Good help side to end the quarter coming from Sean Umali. Marvel trying to attack that open lane on the baseline, but just in time for the help is Sean O'Malley, keeping this 9-point lead entering the 4th quarter.
If you ask me, he had the right intention talking about Marvel Jimenez.
Yes.
Just that better defense coming from Sean O'Malley. But what about Greg Silla here in the 3rd quarter? He really has impacted them maintaining this advantage.
In the first half, he was looking for his teammates with 4 assists, but here in the 3rd quarter, stepping up, knowing that he has the biggest advantage above everybody else, getting 6 points in that quarter, 11 and 11 for Greg Slaughter entering the final frame.
60-51 are in the 3rd quarter scores, brought to you by GameX, the official online lending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball lending sa Pinas. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fans of the game, just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with the muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avenus. Oras na para magmotor. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, mga kaliga. We are live from the West Arena in Valenzuela City. This is day 47 of the 6th season of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. To everybody watching us on MPTV channel 98, on Signal Satellite channel 53, on our Facebook and YouTube channels, as well as on the Pilipinas Live app. This is Javi Palanya, joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Miss Andrea Endicio is at courtside. Pangalawang laro po ng ating terrific Thursday triple header. Earlier, Binyan falling to the Pasay Voyagers in our first game. This is Rizal versus Manila. At the end of that third quarter, the Golden Coolers able to go on a mini run to cut this into single digits.
Now Manila forced to return to their strong five here with Greg Slaughter starting the fourth quarter. 25 points for Rizal in that third quarter, mounting a good run to get this into single digits.
Avelona gets a step on his defender, adjusts but was short on the point-blank shot. Casino demanding for that screen. A little show there by CBC. Balagtas, he can hit that. That's money for Marco Balagtas.
That's a good play coming from JK Casino and Marco Balagtas. You need to be able to stretch out the floor if Greg Slaughter is inside, and that is exactly what Balagtas did.
Lead down to 7, 60 to 53. Mitchell gets it to Greg. Slaughter looking to hand it off. No, he decides to back down a posible. Gets it down low. Carl Bryant Cruz fouled on the way up. That's 2 shots coming up para kay CBC.
CBC locating his cutters, trying to find if there's someone open on those cutting lanes. Saw CBC getting the foul and 2 free throws.
Carl Bryant Cruz currently with 17 points in this one. Trying to duplicate or improve his performance from the last game against Binyan, where he had 21 markers. 7 out of 14 from the field, 3 out of 7 from three-point country.
Not the same production for CBC here in the second half compared to his first half, even missing those last 2. So a little struggle para dito kay Carl.
He really torched the Rizal defense early in this game, especially during the first part of that first quarter, wherein he led that 3-point barrage for Manila. Slaughter asking for it in the middle. Mitchell gives it. The double comes from Jimenez. Now single coverage for John Apacible. Slaughter, the drop step, puts it up, gets it in. 2 points more para kay Greg Zilla.
Only so much you can do. That's already a perfect help side, but Greg just knows that he is so much taller than anyone else. Puts it up top, gets the 2 on that last play.
I mean, you know, these are the kinds of players wherein you have to have something special designed, or else he's just going to keep scoring. They're actually lucky that Slaughter is not the aggressive type.
Oh, yes.
You could imagine if he was the scorer, dominant type of center.
Not yet. He's only 70% into his conditioning.
Okay.
I feel that he eventually, towards the latter part of the season, he would have that Justin Baltazar mindset where give me the ball, ako bahala. But here, slowly, he already has 13 points in the ballgame.
Do you think that when that happens, when he gets his full potential here in our season, that he could give Jeff Viernes' 50 points a run for their money?
Well, depending on the, I think on a slower pace, you can get about 30 to probably 35 on a good day. But he's more of a role guy with just star numbers. Doesn't want the ball a lot, but can do it if he wants to.
Emergency pass. The kick out there to Pau Javelona. Cruz, he has to make a decision here on that elbow. Oh, DJ Mitchell is wide open. Too strong. A chance to cut this one. This might be the closest that Rizal could ever be here against Manila ever since that pull away by Manila in the first quarter. Kaya lang Casino mintis mula sa corner. Cruz running the break, sees Hamon. Oh, Jan Hamon wisely pulling it back out.
Smart play by Jan Hamon. No need for them to rush. They have the 7-point lead here.
Oh, Slaughter charging in to the much smaller, JK Casino. That's an offensive foul.
JK just saw that Slaughter was gonna cut through the middle, sacrificed his body, bahala na. And good for Rizal that they'll be getting that charge, but Coach Gabby wants a challenge on this one.
Yeah, it really just takes a lot for you to get in front of at least a 250, 300-pound guy.
7 flat.
7 flat. You know, it's really amazing how these guys will sacrifice their bodies for the good of their team. We have a challenge here on the floor. Coach Gabby Severino thought that offensive foul was too soft of a call to call.
I think that's a charge that Casino reading the lane well. Talagang sinakripisyo niya yung katawan niya dun sa gitna. Was actually first before Greg got there. So let's see if there's a different angle that the referees will see.
So the initial call was a charge. Is there a possibility that they could reverse it to a block?
Yes, there is.
All right, we're going to see what the decision is right now.
The challenge made by Manila is unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful challenge, unfortunately, para kay Coach Gabby Severino. So the call stands. It is an offensive foul against Greg Slaughter.
That's a good call by the referee. He's totally sacrificing his body on the middle. No doubt that is a charge. But I think that is such a big hit that he is forced to be subbed out.
It's really literally bulldozed his way.
Guy, times 2 your size, times 2 your weight.
Times 2 lang ba? Parang times 3.
Talagang sakripisyo sa katawan doon si JK Casino.
All for the good of the game, am I right? De La Cruz leaves it for Apacible. Baseline, Jay. Pataya Butiki.
You know, one guy struggling with the addition of Greg Slaughter is John Apacible. Still 0 points here in today's ball game, but with 7 rebounds.
Mitchell trying to go all the way to the cup there. De La Cruz having other things in mind. So he commits the foul there to stop a short attack for Manila. Shot clock still at 18 here for the guys in blue. Still the starters here on the floor para sa Manila. Coach Gabby has decided to stick with this 5. Possibly for the majority of this fourth quarter. They're trying to pull away again to make sure that they are still able to get their bench players back on the floor.
On the other end, no Cranial Viloria, no Alwin Alday. A real struggle for the 2 stars nitong Rizal, but they are still on a 12-2 run here, trying to cut that lead.
Slaughter puts the ball on the deck, sets up Cruz. I think that's too much space. Lucky for Rizal, that was short. And it's a personal foul against Charles De La Cruz.
And Charles wants a challenge right there, and I think he has a good reason. He was first in his position.
Coach Ralph Rivera has remained the same calm guy all throughout this game, despite his team being down by a lot. And now they are on the brink of a comeback. They're only down by 7 as of the moment.
Slowly but surely, they have been trying to knock on the door nitong Manila, and they've been making the right decisions the past few plays, extending the floor, getting some mid-range buckets, trying to really extend and probably even make a run.
62-55, 6 minutes and 16 remaining here in this game. Right after this one, the Valenzuela Classic will be defending their home floor for only the 3rd time this year against a resurgent Davao Occidental Tigers.
The challenge made by Rizal is unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful challenge para kay Coach Ralph Rivera.
Looks like Charles really held on to his defender, which was Pau Habelona on the backside. See that again.
Okay na sana yung box out, eh,
yes,
no?
kumapit yung kalimang arm neto ni Charles de la Cruz to really limit the movement para kay Pau Habelona.
I mean,
Without that left arm, that could have been a good box out.
You know, it's easier said than done trying to block out, especially at this level. But you're really going to have to sacrifice a lot, and you're going to have to fight through all that strength that's offered to you by your opponent and develop that own strength yourself. Cruz, 3 on the shot clock. Does he know it? He will launch. That's a clean block. Oh, what a foul! There's a foul. Oh no, it's a shot clock violation. Di umabot.
Coach Ralph was ready to really explode on that last possession. Pero kinlarify ng ating table officials na una yung ating shot clock violation.
Ay, sayang naman yung cool demeanor na minimaintain niya buong laro kung talagang sasabog na lang siya.
Ayan, medyo nakabalik siya, nag-isa ng buhok.
Imagine that if he does do that. A lot of pent-up anger, I'm sure, because of frustrations that happened in this game. And you know, he's a guy that has full trust in his players, I'm sure. Botched opportunity on the other side for Rizal. Here come Manila. Mitchell trying to toy with the defense of Marvel Jimenez. They move it around. Abelona, pinilit dun. Tries to get it off the glass. Slaughter the rebound. Slaughter the basket and one.
Too long, too strong. Greg Slaughter timing the offensive rebound perfectly. Just nothing you can do when the ball is up top. Greg Slaughter with a good putback.
Take a look at that. You know, if you're the 4 other players on the floor for Manila, mas magkakakumpiyansa ka talagang tumira lang na tumira because you know that Greg will be there to contend for a rebound. As we now turn you over to Miss Andrea Andisio.
We know Carl Brian Cruz as a hustle player and an effective one at that. With the arrival of Greg Slaughter, for him, mas napadali raw ang trabaho niya. With Greg attracting defense, it's easier for him to get to his spots and take his shots. One more thing daw na nagustuhan niya is that Greg is very much of a willing passer. For Greg naman, after his first game, syempre that time andun pa yung gigil at gulat sa physicality. But now that he has brushed it off, he just wants to improve the chemistry with his teammates even more. Back to you guys.
And it's been very evident here, the improvements in terms of chemistry. He has been a willing passer, as mentioned by Coach Gabby Severino in Andre's report. And things continue to look bright for Manila moving forward.
A team that's struggling to start the year, but now slowly but surely being one of the top teams here in the league. Addition of Greg Slaughter making that big change.
Viloria, if there's a time that he thinks he should take over, the time is now.
Only the 3rd point of Cranial Viloria here in this ball game, averaging almost a triple-double. Even on our MVP watch, but here just a pure struggle from their start.
Well, in a long season like this, you could definitely expect some kinds of nights to look just like this one para kay Cranial Viloria. But if you're Coach Ralph Rivera, the thing that you want with Cranial is to have short-term memory, to just move on from all the struggles that you've had this game and be confident with your up-and-coming shots. Slaughter scoring there. What a pass. And that brings us our lucky fans of the game, brought to you by Buenas. Viloria sizing up Jan Hamon. Viloria steps inside the 3-point line. Chopper is good.
Short-term memory there is. Sabi nga sa Ted Lasso, be like a goldfish. 10 seconds and just move on.
65-59. Jerry Pingoy renewing his rivalry there with Renzo. Unfortunately para sa Rizal, penalty na dito ang Golden Coolers. Look at that beautiful, elegant jumper a la Kobe para dito kay Cranial Viloria, who is a self-confessed Kobe fan.
4 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for the Kobe fan. But if there's a time to bring out his inner Mamba, it's in the last 4 minutes and 38 of this ball game.
Well, you know, Viloria is 1 out of 6. I don't think he's even attempted enough shots. Slaughter, another rebound to his name. Could not finish there. 3rd serving, no good. Navarro gets a 4th possession here for Manila. Navarro sneaks his way past the defense. Carl Bryant Cruz, bullseye.
Just loves that middle. You can never leave Carl Bryant Cruz alone on that top key because it's almost automatic para dito kay CBC.
Lead in double figures once again at 10, 69-59. Pingoy with the answer. No good. I don't think that was a good shot early in the shot clock there for the Golden Coolers.
Well, it's panic time para dito sa Rizal. They're gonna take the best shot possible.
Navarro trying to spin away from trouble. Slaughter wants it. Agovida. Oh, they're lucky. Another opportunity for Manila. Cruz feeling himself. You know, they have their hands outstretched. They try to jump. It's still di nila maabot yung bola eh pag hawak-hawak ni Greg Slaughter.
Oh yeah, just too long here in today's ballgame. If there is a record that Greg Slaughter can challenge, it's the rebounding record of Justin Baltazar. We have not had a 7-footer. Just look at him. Talagang sa taas niya kinukuha eh, where no one else can reach that length.
69 to 59. Casino playing point here for Rizal. Agovida trying to go back door. Is there a foul away from play?
Yeah, that's a pull coming from Sean O'Malley on the cutting Keith Agovida.
That's only the 14th foul for Manila. The last foul to give for the Batang Sampaloc. Rizal already over the limit. Alday will take a breather. Casino onto Balagtas. Viloria tries to free himself from the defense. Cranial fakes the pass between the legs. Sizing up Ira Batalier. This time it's from the outside. Nowhere near going in.
1 out of 7 para dito kay Cranial Viloria in today's ball game.
Navarro inside. Last minute drop pass to Sean O'Malley. That was a baby. I'm sure Sean O'Malley's frustrated with himself for not making that one.
Could have been a highlight. Sneaking the defense. Itong si Enzo Navarro. 2 guys helping out. Seeing that drop pass. Could have been a nice play. But still gonna be 2 free throws para dito kay Sean O'Malley.
O'Malley short on the first free throw. And still, we still have yet to see Rabah Al-Husseini in this game. I'm beginning to wonder if it's an injury problem or is it really just how Coach Gabby Severino envisioned his substitute pattern for this game.
Well, he will be needed eventually throughout the season, where Sean O'Malley will be coming back to St. Benil Blazers because he's only an SGL. So could be also a good time para kay Rabah to rest.
De La Cruz scoring there from mid-range, 69 to 61. But time starting to dwindle here for the Golden Coolers. Do they have enough left in them? Do they have enough time?
Let's see if the young guns of Manila can try and keep this lead on their side the last 2 minutes and 40.
Hanapi loses it. Turnovers have been haunting Manila in this game. If there's one part of this match that has been their Waterloo, it's their turnovers.
And Manila just not able to take care of that basketball today. 17 turnovers para dito sa Manila compared to only 5 of Rizal. Rizal able to take care of that ball, just not able to make those shots. Only 29% para dito sa Rizal Golden Coolers.
And yet, Juanito, they're only down by 8 points.
Yes. And if Keith Agovida can make these next 2 free throws, it's only going to be a 2-possession ball game. Very, very manageable para dito sa Rizal.
Imagine they're shooting terribly from the field. It's a horrendous night from the line. 13 out of 19 para sa kanila. Making it 13 out of 20.
No Alday and Cranial Viloria as well in the scoring column as much. But still able to fight it through.
This is just a 7-point advantage for Manila. Navarro looking for the handoff. Javelona, this could be it. Overshoots the mark. De La Cruz gets it across. De La Cruz had that tap from behind. Mitchell is everywhere in this game. Rizal recovers possession. Viloria from the corner. Bullseye! This last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas.
This is a basketball game. 2-possession ball game. Only down 4. Look at that team basketball. 4 guys getting a touch. Seeing a wide open corner in Cranial Viloria, cutting the lead all the way down to 4.
1 minute and 53 remaining in this game. Cranial Viloria coming alive here at the tail end of our third quarter. Timeout muna tayo. Magbabalik kami ang MPBL. Full house here at the West Arena in Valenzuela City for our terrific Thursday triple header dito sa Day 47 ng pang-anim na taon ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. This is Javi Palanan, joined by Coach Onito Gregorio and Miss Andrea Indicio. You're looking at our MPBL leadership led by Captain Marbel, Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes, side by side with Operations Head Emer Oreta and Security Chief Rudy the Destroyer Distrito. Under 2 minutes to play after being down by as much as 19 points in this game. Manila only up by 4. Navarro rejects the screen. They go to CBC. Carl Bryant Cruz misses. Offensive rebound, Jan Hamon. Hamon short. Slaughter tried to get it, but Agobida was there first. Crucial possession here for Rizal. Viloria, dinay-nantay si Slaughter na bumaba. He wanted contact there. Unfortunately for Rizal, that layup did not work para kay Cranial Viloria. And what could be worse here is it might be an unsportsmanlike foul against the Golden Coolers.
This might be an unsportsmanlike because Hamon already had advantage going towards that fast break. But that was a good hard drive by Cranial Viloria. Just better defense being played by Manila, helping out on that drive from the left corner.
So it's just a regular foul. Our referees didn't even have to review it anymore. Hamon makes good on the first free throw. That's his better half, Mrs. Hamon, always supporting her husband.
Even with a make, it's only going to be a 2-possession ball game para dito sa Manila. So Rizal still able to try and get a run here.
2 for 2 para kay Jan Hamon. Clutch free throws here at the very crucial moments of this game. Manila trying to stay afloat here against a Rizal team looking very good in making this comeback. Matutuloy kaya ito? Malalaman natin in just a few. You're looking at the beautiful faces inside the West Arena in Valenzuela City, the venue for our terrific Thursday triple header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Onito Gregorio and Miss Andrea Indicio. Second game of our game day. Earlier, Binyan able to conquer the Pasay Voyagers. Pasay Voyagers conquering the Binyan Takchel. Rizal off the timeout. Agobida, a series of fakes. Agobida gets the bounce. 4-point game.
What a good play coming from Coach Rivera, being able to maximize on his scorer. And this will be a review. The ball may even return to Rizal.
And because we are under 2 minutes, our referees have the virtue of reviews. It is only review at this point on out-of-bounds plays for our officiating crew.
John Hamon promising that he did not have a touch on that basketball. I've never seen a promise in the last 2 minutes. Sabi niya, ref, promise, hindi ko nahawakan. Tignan natin kung madadala yung mga referee sa promise si John Hamon.
Boy, what a comeback here for Rizal. You know, even if they end up falling short in this game, you gotta give a lot of credit to them for being able to come back from 19 points down in this game. And we were already talking about them like they were dead in the water. They could not get anything right. They were not shooting well from the outside. Not shooting well from the field overall, actually. Kanina, 21%
Yes.
ang kanilang field goal shooting. It's been up to 30 right now because of those fast makes in the last few possessions.
It's a better execution para dito sa Rizal to end the ball. Also, better mindset in terms of attacking that basketball. No more fear against the bigger guys of Manila. And in turn, they have been able to make a lot more baskets. And who knows if they can just make sure, if they can just get it right in time. And John Hamon still promising na hindi na nahawakan ng bola.
And sharing a light moment there with CVC as we await the decision of our referees. But, you know, for Manila, the problem for them tonight has been their turnovers. 18 turnovers for Manila in this game compared to just 5 for Rizal.
Probably the only thing that they really struggled upon is their turnovers, which they will have another right here. So that's going to be turnover number 19 compared to only 5 turnovers para sa Rizal.
Take a look at that again. Oh yeah, it was last touch on
there you
John
go.
Hamon.
Touched Cranial but touched Hamon once again before going back para dito sa Rizal.
Viloria has it. Balagtas overshoots the mark.
Was wide open.
I'm not sure if that's the shot that they wanted, but that was an open look. Quality shot there by Marco Balagtas, just unable to sink it. Under 50 seconds to play here. Manila will try to take their sweet time. They go to Greg Zilla. The double coming from Viloria. Slaughter recovers. Hamon goes inside, floats it up, and then John Hamon, a big basket down the stretch.
And once again, who steps up in the end game? It's John Hamon. In their last game, he was one of the more crucial guys, showing up in the fourth quarter. And here, John Hamon stretching it out on the corner, pass fake, Euro step, wide open floater para dito kay Hamon, extending the lead to 6.
You know, this guy didn't really have consistent playing time at the start of the season, but slowly but surely he crept into the rotation. And now I think Coach Gabby Severino has continued to realize his value to this team.
You know, perfect guy who will really stretch out the floor para dito sa Manila. Can really be complementary to the guys inside. You have CBC, you have Greg Slaughter, you have DJ Mitchell. So you need a guy who will spot up, get the open threes, or if given the driving lane, be able to really maximize those lanes. And that guy is named John Hamon.
That guy is named Peter Jun Simon, the scoring apostle, warming up for their upcoming matchup here against the Valenzuela Classic. That's going to be the main attraction of our terrific Thursday triple header here at the West Arena in Valenzuela City, kung saan punong-puno na po tayo ngayon, mga kaliga.
Filled venue for a terrific Thursday. Very exciting last game ahead. But first, let's see who will be able to go home with a win here. Now Rizal versus Manila.
A crucial win that will affect the standings in the Northern Division. Both of these teams separated by a game each. Balagtas, quick trigger from the outside. 26 seconds left. Mitchell will try to dribble this one out. Slaughter with a pressure release. Rizal, I don't think they're going to foul anymore here. Mitchell still has it. There you go. They give up the foul.
That was a good shot by Rizal. That was what they wanted, to stretch it out on the floor. They wanted the man of Greg Slaughter to go out and pop out, and that is Marco Balagtas. So Coach Ralph Rivera trusting that play, just not able to make that shot.
Oh, Mitchell missing on his first free throw. TJ Mitchell, though, he has been all over the place, scoring baskets, dishing out assists, pulling down rebounds.
9 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists para dito kay DJ Mitchell. Make that 10 points for DJ. And a guy who can trust both on the offensive and defensive side.
At patuloy na rin niya natin nakikita yung mga added qualities niya sa laro niya. You know, you just thought that he was just a shooter, but apparently he's also very athletic, a great defender, and also a guy who can handle the basketball, make decisions para dito sa Manila. De La Cruz still trying to get a move here. Casino from the corner, and that's just been the story of the game for Rizal. The inability to make shots, especially here down the stretch.
And Manila will hold on in getting that victory here in today's ball game. Even with 19 turnovers, they shot better, they made a lot more threes, and they were just totally more efficient compared to Rizal. And slowly but surely, Greg Slaughter is becoming a focal point here in this team. And this is a very scary team moving forward here in our season.
A plus 10 advantage on the glass. Plus 11 rather, 55 to 44. A plus 9 advantage in terms of assists, 24 times in this game. And we now present to you our Buenas best player of the game. And for the second straight game, it is none other than Greg Slaughter.
And Greg Slaughter just overpowering everybody from the inside, controlling the boards, getting a lot of baskets, and also sharing that basketball. Almost a 20-20 game for on only his second game here in the league. Greg Slaughter, well deserving of our player of the game honors.
Second straight victory para dito sa Manila SV. Batang Sampaloc SGA, 74 to 67. Our final scores brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas. Greg Slaughter is at courtside with Andrea.
Second game, second time leading the Manila squad to the W is no other than Greg Slaughter. First of all, congratulations. Greg, we know that you are still adjusting at this point, and you told me earlier that if there's one thing that you want to improve on, it would be team chemistry. After tonight's game, compared to your first one, what are your thoughts?
You know, I think we still got to just be able to maintain the game through the whole 4 quarters. You know, you got to give credit to the opponent. You know, they fought all game 40 minutes. You know, it didn't look good the first 3 minutes for them, but they still stayed in the game and they had a chance in the end. So, you know, I just want to make sure our team can focus and close out games 40 minutes.
And just like what you said, Rizal was able to make a comeback during the last few minutes. What do you think went wrong?
You know, like I said, you know, there's a lot of fighting teams out here. We got a big target on our backs. We can't just expect any team to lie down and give it to us.
That is right. Do you have any greetings or shout-outs?
Greetings. Okay. Mayor Honey Lacuna, just want to say what's up. Congressman Sam Versosa, SGA Frank Lau. Awesome Smile. Robust. Fortune Pay. Ryan David Rojas. Mga Batang 641. Boss Raymond Ang. Emilio Chu. Taylor Athletics. Anytime Fitness Banawi. My wife Shanina. My daughters Stelina and Paloma. My parents, Bill and Emma, my parents-in-law, June and Tina, and all my cousins in Cebu and uncles and aunts. Just want to say hi, and thanks for watching.
All right, thank you so much. Once again, that is Greg Slaughter, our Buenas player of the game. Back to you guys.
Congratulations to Greg Slaughter and the rest of the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA for moving up to 7-4, while Rizal falls down to 6-4. Up next, it's the Valenzuela Classic, defending their home floor for the third time this year against the Davao Occidental Tigers. Maraming salamat for joining us for this second game. This has been Javi Palanya, and keep it locked in here on the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.